Hello everybody, my name's The Breath and welcome back to Goaly-Poly, my series where I aim to take my favourite football club, Wycombe Wanderers, on a bungling journey up the divisions of English football and hopefully to Champions League glory. After the last one where we managed to pull out a successful result against Wrexham and followed it up with a shockingly good performance that led to a 3-1 defeat against Championship Bristol City in the second round of the Carabao Cup, I was hoping we could start off by following up on that, and to do that I've revised our tactic. I looked at the players I had at my disposal and what roles suited them best, and I think I've come up with one that should, at least in theory, be balanced. Here it is. No silly names, no funny tactics. If we look at the dynamics of the team, our inconsistent use of single formations and our results, well, the cohesion of the team is really down, and I need to get that up. By doing that, I've looked at the social groups, and you can see here we've got a bunch of players here in the others, in the influentials and in the highly influentials. Well, Josh Scowen here is on the transfer list. He's one of the players that I've done something with. I've offered him out on Transfer Room. Now, I've done that for 85,000. I believe that was looking for something like 75 up front and then 15, 20 in add-ons. With transfer deadline day coming up, I thought it was important to get some notice out there. You'll see here, a lot of these players are players that could leave the club. Bradley's going to go at the end of the season, but in January we could be looking at an offer for Grimmer, an offer for Scowen, and really I'm not in a position to not take them. You see here on Lars Bender's feedback, Sam Vokes and Gareth McCleary, both of these team leaders, they're coming to the end. They're coming to the end of their careers. And I don't know what to do if we lose both of them. If we lose all three of our team leaders, our squad morale is just going to collapse. So I have to weigh up how many of these players are going to be with us long term. And that is not something that I can do unless we start getting that morale up and start getting good results. You'll see here I've reorganised our bench. When Ravitsoli's fit, this will be our standard bench, hopefully, for the season. I've started our strongest 11 as our main ones, minus the two centre-backs here who I have to play because I've bought them in on loan as part of that just poor managerial planning. I'm now running fullbacks on support. They've been given specific instructions to overlap and play slightly wider. Other than that, it's the standard, sometimes time wasting and shorter passing with a positive mindset. We've got inside forwards who have been told, both of them, to sit narrower to make the most of their shooting capabilities and to allow this space here for the fullbacks. In defensive midfield, we've got Simons, I can never get his name right. I'm going with Simons because it's what I've been saying. And he's sitting here as the defensive midfielder on support. He's going to get stuck in using that 14 tackling, and with his 12 passing, he's going to be able to just distribute the ball. You'll see here, he's got take fewer risks on. He doesn't need the vision. He's got two players in front of him he can offload them to. Cameron Humphreys is sitting in here as the ball-winning midfielder on the left-hand side. His job is basically going to be to use his marking, his tackling and his passing to win the ball back and then just get rid of it. Where's he going to offer it to? Well, he's either going to offer it out wide to Fred Onyedinma, or he's going to offer it to his right, where we've got Alex Lowry sitting now in central midfield rather than attacking midfield, but still with the attack focused. He's an advanced playmaker in there. He's going to be the creative outlet for the team. He's going to be the rock of the team, and he is going to support our back line. Gareth McCleary up here is in because I wanted to play my strongest 11, and you'll see here that Nathan Tormey, one of those fellas that I bought in specifically to do the job on the right hand side, his sharpness is down. He needs some match practice, but he's probably not the right person to put on from the start. So he's relegated to the bench. When his sharpness is up, he will take over from McCleary, and the starting 11 and bench will look like this. Tormey, if you're wondering, he's the 23-year-old that I have no idea why I bought. He's not going to progress particularly well. He's not worth an awful amount of money. But you know what? He's in on a free. If I bought him in for free and I'm paying him 450 quid a week and I can get an offer for him for around 10 grand in a season or two, well, I call that business. It's turning over some money, and that's what we need, really, some turnover. Anyone else down here? There's absolutely nothing. This is the tactic. The attacking and defending variant's really simple, same as before, as I said in the first episode, setting up the save. We've got a defensive and an all-out attack variant. So if we go 1-2-0 up in a match where we need to take the points, we've done well, we're trying to sit back, reduce people's workload, we swap to the defensive one. You'll see here what's shifted is the mentality is in defensive. We've taken off the overlap instructions and increased the amount of time wasting we're supposed to be doing. And we've swapped these players round here. Humphreys then drops deeper into defensive midfield, keeping that ball winning midfield mentality. And Alex Lowry loses his attacking focus, sticks on support and covers more central. The fullbacks swap from support to defend, and really it's just a case of do what you can. Try and keep the ball away from our goal. If we get to the cup final and we're 3-0 down and my job's on the line, or we've got a good chance, we swap to the all-out attack, the intensity skyrockets, the mentality hits attacking, and everyone is told, essentially, work your backsides off with a stupid tempo. In this case, Simmons and Humphreys both swap to Carrilleros. They're going to run wide into this space here. I've completely forgotten to swap on Yadimma and Tormy round and make them wingers, which is what I'm supposed to be doing. So here's a little bit of fun. There we go. That's what it's supposed to look like. So these two will run wide. These guys will run wide. These guys will offer support up here, and if these two get caught short, well, they get caught short. We're not using this in a case where we're just 2-0 down for the sake of it. We're using it in a case where we're 2-0 down and we need 2 goals at least. And this formation should overpower any defence, and we should be able to get those 2 goals. People will start dropping like flies when we play this, but that's kind of the point. But with the tactical direction nailed down for now, we had a couple of offers come in that seemed a little bit too good to pass up. But with those offers dealt with, transfer deadline day was rapidly approaching, and I had one eye on my scouting department and one eye on my squad. I was fairly confident that both players, Labala and Clark, would accept their loan offers. However, Clark refused to go out on loan by the end of transfer deadline day, and I kind of saw that coming as the day went on, so I didn't bring in a centre mid. One thing I did know we needed was a centre forward. One, I actually think we need 2. So I had my scouts looking. There were a couple of free agent names that popped up. There was a couple of strikers attached to a club, one of whom caught my eye at Fleetwood. But when I made an inquiry, they wanted somewhere between £600,000 and £850,000, which I just don't have. I then tried negotiating, and they bumped the deal up to 1.2 million, so I walked away. But then transfer deadline day hit, and I know it's the perfect time to make deals. I had one eye on the market, one eye on my budget, and we let the shenanigans fly. I'm going to take part in transfer deadline day. Look at that colour change. All this makes me very, very excited for what can go on in transfer deadline day. 3 key stats there for a striker. His work rate's decent. Damn. Discuss availability. He wants to be a breakthrough prospect in order to realise his potential. Would want a wage between 900 and 1200. Let's see if I can't. See if I can't get that contract length up as well. 800. Right, I quite like him. I'm going to take a punt on him. He's not going to replace Labala, but getting him in the door, I can get him out on loan immediately. Breakthrough prospect, immediate. I like that. Potentially 3.5 star. He's got options. Let's try and get him on 2-year deal. Let's try and get him on slightly less. See what he'll do. He'll take 900. That will do. I'm happy with that. Now let's look at Ollie Palmer. And let's try and be sensible with it. He's given the Sam Vokes style of play. Let's compare with Wycombe Wanderers, Sam Vokes. He's 2 years younger. Actually, he's really quite similar. Right, only 6'5". They weigh very different. Sam Vokes is the slightly better player, I would say. Do I want to buy a 31-year-old? Probably not. Tyrese Sinclair. Looking at him as a striker, though, that's the thing. I'm looking at him not as a winger. I'm looking at him as an advanced forward, where he's got 2-star ability. The pace is all right. The jumping's good. The height's not. The stamina's all right. The work rate is not bad. To be fair, I could probably do something with him, and he's free. Let's try. Fringe player probably works. Can I get him on emergency backup? He's not got an agent. That's something good. More likely to be able to get them on decent contracts, etc. I'm not going to be paying him a goal bonus. I mean, look at that. What if we knock that down just a bit more? Yeah, alright. That's a bit cheeky. I shouldn't have offered him that or suggested that. A 4-year contract for a 22-year-old striker. He doesn't like big matches. That annoys me. But he's young. We can probably get some stuff into him. Big matches is actually a big problem for me. But then he's a backup striker. He's not actually going to be in for big matches. So yeah. And he's got a long contract. If he comes in, we're probably likely to be able to sell him on. With the offer for Tyrese Sinclair, I had another thought in mind as well. I've got some very valuable players on contracts that expire at the end of the season that are worth almost £1 million. January is probably the time I'm looking to move them on, and that will open up space on the wings where Tyrese Sinclair seems to be better. In terms of a backup striker, he's a I'll make it fit for now kind of job, assuming he accepts. And actually, I think his versatility is one of his strongest suits, so I was really kind of hoping that he would accept the offer. But that did leave me in a dilemma. I'd made an offer for a striker, and I thought I needed someone else, someone of better quality, and it was probably time to splash a little bit of the cash. So I waited, and I ran down the clock. As the end of transfer deadline day looms ever closer, clubs are more and more willing to accept offers they probably wouldn't have before, and I thought I could capitalise on this. Let's try and get Fleetwood again. We'll try one more. We'll try it once more. We will try once more to make a good deal for him. I'm offering 150,000 now. I am offering you, I'll do 2 installments of 50 grand. That takes it to 250. I'm offering you a bonus upon completion when we win the Sky Bet League 1 by the end of the 2025 season of an extra 250. This is a much better looking deal. Can we bring them down to about 175 in each of these? That, my friends, isn't gonna be a half bad deal. Let's finalise that offer. Oh, and I'm gonna be a very, very happy bunny. I'll be a very happy bunny if he comes in. Yes, 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 yes. I will accept the loan back. Let's start negotiating a contract. Let's try and very much squad player I like, impact sub. Can we get him to come in on that? I'm loving this already. I'm loving this so much. Okay. Yearly wage rise has to come out. Promotion wage rise I'm happy with. I'll give him 500 quid a goal, 750 quid per appearance, 350 quid if he's an unused sub. The agent fee I want to bring down, I'm going to offer him slightly more. What's coming out of our budget? Future budget cost 470k. Yeah. Right. Doesn't like big matches. But you know what? He's consistent, and that's going to be my key thing. I'm going to see if I can't get him down to like 3 grand and something like that. Right, hang on. Alright. Let's get that down. The agent can have 17.5. And if he'll go for 25, I'm happy with it. Mate, you can't keep asking for more money. You cannot keep asking for more money. Just take it. Okay. I don't know what I've done. I've panicked. I've panicked again. What have I signed ourselves up for? Let's look. The deal could rise to 600,000, which I still think is okay. Yeah, fine. Oh yeah. I told you I was going to splash the cash, and what did I do? I broke the club record transfer for a 22-year-old Promise Omasheri from Fleetwood Town. We got him for a deal that cost us 350,000 and may cost us in the future up to 600,000. But that is half the value that they put him on earlier in the season. They wanted 1.2 mil. We got 350. We might have to spend 600. But I'm telling you now, he is going to go a long way. And depending on how we change our tactical setup in January or into the future, maybe we play with dual strikers, I can see him and Richard Kone having a field day long into the future. But that was all she wrote for deadline day, and we had to get our attention snapped firmly back to winning matches. And it was time now to show off what our new tactic was capable of as we stepped toe to toe with Blackpool. The handshake. Steve Bruce clearly thinning out a little bit in the hairline, I mean. And we kick off. Cameron Humphreys. This is the new formation, the first outing of the new formation. It's a 4-3-3. And the first thing Wycombe do is give the ball away. Finds Kirk. Out to Haggleskjar. First time ball to Onyedinma. Turns back out to Haggleskjar, who knocks it forward to put the cross in. It's on the head. It's not quite. Simmons from range. Whew. They got another corner. Blackpool just putting the pressure on now. Ball to the far post. Penalty given. Oh no. I didn't see it. Ah, they've scored. I didn't see the incident. I don't really know what it was. I don't really know what it was. Good penalty though, right into that corner. Let's encourage everyone. We need some encouragement on this pitch. These players are good enough. They need to believe they're good enough. Leons is in to turnover. Hamilton is just taking on Jack Grimmer and making him look stupid. And they've scored a second. Oh dear. Well, I cannot take off Richard Kone, but we definitely have highlighted that we need extra height at the back. One more change. Down in 12th, that's not good enough. That's not good enough in the slightest. Give team talk. Thrash arms. Right, just confirm the time. So, just get him on. Just get him on. Kone's through. Lowry's played. Kone, oh, he's blasted. Oh, he's offside anyway. Right. Tactical change should take place. Why is it not taking place? It has taken place. Cancel. Cancel with now with a scoring, and I can't do anything. Game's actually not letting me make tactical changes like shouts. I can't encourage my players. It's just not letting me do it. And we're 3-0 down. I can't even switch to... I can't even switch. We're fucked. We're going to lose against Blackpool, and I can't do any changes because I've broken the game. Can't encourage my team. This seems to be going really bloody slowly all of a sudden. We're up to full match. Why have we got full match? How has this changed? Oh, now I can do it. You're having a laugh, aren't you? So stupid, so unbelievably stupid. James Berry can come on in centre mid. We've got nothing to lose for the last 25 minutes, and there's nothing I can do. We've been outplayed. Now the only thing I can do is just wait for... Just wait for the full-time whistle. There's literally nothing else to do. Not even getting highlights. We're not even making highlights. I'm pissed. I'm pissed. I'm really, really fucked off pissed. In case you couldn't tell, I was not a happy camper. You know when you get so angry, so mad that you can't do anything but just internalise it and display brooding silence? Yeah, that was my approach for about the next 10 minutes of recording. I needed to take a step away and get a drink of water. There was nothing I could think of, nothing I could say. That was the most frustrating performance I have ever seen a team that I have played on Football Manager make. We were outplayed, outclassed in every area of the pitch, and we've got plenty of good enough quality. We should have been doing better against Blackpool. But you know what, I thought maybe it was just a one-off. Maybe the squad hadn't had enough time to train in this new formation. They weren't overly familiar with it, even though it wasn't massively different in how it played. I made all the excuses in the book, and I settled on the approach that we've got another game coming up. In the Mickey Mouse Trophy, the Virtue, the old Pizza Cup, you know, whatever it is. I thought, yeah, this is a time, an opportunity for our second team to run out there and make some minutes and do some bits. And this is how that match went. I'm hurt after the last game. I know this formation is not the problem. This is one of those standard formations. We should know how to play a 4-3-3 comfortably. And yet we are being torn apart at the back again by Notts County. We probably shift a midfielder up into attack. Because we cannot get turned over like this 2 games in a row. It's too easy down that side. The ball is in. He's not being marked. He's not picked up. And we're losing to Notts County in the Mickey Mouse Cup. 2 of them. Plus a formational tweak. Sinclair's playing okay, but he's lacking sharpness. I can tell the players that are lacking sharpness. Tyreek Bakinson might need to come on at some point. But we'll hold that for later. Get out there and score a damn goal. If you can play a 4-2-3-1, I'll play a 4-2-3-1. If you can't play a 4-3-3 with defensive midfielder, I don't know what else we're supposed to do. It's one of the most basic formations. And Leahy's taken a knock and he could have twisted his knee. And Leahy's twisted his knee. This just couldn't get any freaking worse. Just couldn't get any worse. Nothing. 6 minutes to get a goal. I don't want 5. I don't want 4. I'd be happy with 1. Bakinson, Freeman, finally some good looking movement. Balls to Higgs. That might be it. Picked up by Grimmer. Look at him run. That's nice. I love it. I love it. Grimmer, Bakinson. What a turn from Sam Vokes. Oh, look at that. It's gorgeous. Grimmer on the right. Probably need to set their instructions to cross early, but what a turn. Little pivot with the weak foot from just on the edge of the box. God, I love to see that. Let's go. Penalties again. Sam Vokes scores. Lovely penalty down the bottom corner there. Keeper went the right way, but just couldn't get there. Brown steps up for Notts County. Giovanni Brown scores, sends Norris the wrong way. Good penalty. Scowen, who's going to be the more composed? It's Scowen, top of the centre. Great penalty. Hit with gusto. Oh, Jatta. Tuck that in. It was nice to see Norris go the right way. Can Scott do it? He can. That was a cracking penalty. Top bins all day long. This shootout is just producing bangers. These boys know where the net is. And now I've said that, watch James Berry miss, but he steps up coolly. Top bin, sends keeper the wrong way. Gorgeous penalty. It's Norris versus Palmer. And no keeper is ever saving that. That was struck with some gusto, that. Bakinson to make it a full house. And does. We've hit some great penalties. Now would be the time for a hero. A hero by the name of Will Norris. Twice this team have faced shootouts. Twice he's made saves. Not that time. Straight down the middle. Sudden death. And Bradley. the defender. Smashes it home. That is bottom left. Gorgeous penalty. My heart rate's getting up. We don't deserve to win this game. But if we win it on pens, I'm not going to complain. Kaiki. Oh, he's had a great game as well. Deserved that one. Jack Grimmer, the captain. Well, not this game, vice captain of the club. Oh, I thought it was saved. Oh, but it snuck in. 7-6. How many penalties is this shootout going to have? Can Hinchy blaze one over the bar? Can Norris get fingertips to it? No, he went the right way. It's going to be goalkeeper on goalkeeper in a minute. Joe Lowe needs to score. He does. Just. Cracking penalty though. Went right for the corner. Eight, 7 on the penalties. McDonald to take. McDonald scores straight down the middle. I feel like I've said that 16 times, and that's because I have. Higgs, the new man, and he's had his penalty saved. That is not going to do the confidence any good. Norris needs to save this, or Macari needs to blaze it. And Wycombe lose the shootout. 8-9. You know, I hear some people say that losing on penalties is the best way to lose, and to those people I say you've clearly never lost on penalties. It's arguably one of the worst ways to lose, just behind your team not being in the game at all, which I was sort of given the double whammy of. This team looked like they couldn't score in a brothel, and there was absolutely nothing I could do to change it. At least there probably was something I could do, I'm just not smart enough or clued up enough to have known what it was. So I had to go back to the drawing board. Clearly, these players could not play that tactic. And it was time I gave in, and I created a tactic that they actually could play, a standard one I know they know how to use. I went for the 4-2-3-1 setup, making use of our creative player Alex Lowry as an attacking midfielder. I put one centre mid on a support duty and the other on defensive, and I made our fullbacks defensive. I've gone solid, I've gone basic. If these players don't know how to play that formation, then I don't know what we're going to do. The only thing I can think of is I've got inside forwards on support. Maybe I need to change them to out and out wingers, but that's something we needed to test, and the only way we could do that is in another game, which came against Rotherham in the league. Okay, the pre-match is here. Wycombe trying to get out of a 2-game losing slog. Lost on penalties, it was tough to see, but we got absolutely turned over by Blackpool. Blackpool, who are now up into 5th, but you would have had to think that was a game they should have won. Tactical change by the manager once more. How are they going to cope? Let's find out. Powell. James. Cameron Humphreys intercepts, finds Richard Kone straight away, who charges at the opposition for defence. Tormey tries a lovely high ball out to Onyedinma. It has come to him eventually. Humphreys, Onyedinma dispossessed. Throw in. It's come to Lowry. Humphreys has picked it up though. Out to Haggleskjar. Ball's in. Richard Kone gets up. He's finally scored again. Haggleskjar with a lovely cross, and Kone with the headed finish once more. Oh, that's worth a drink, that. Mouth was getting dry. That is a gorgeous little cross. And a lovely header from Kone. Hugh Gill, oh my word, that should never have been allowed to happen. I spoke too soon. This kick from Dawson is stupid. He's kicked it 2/3 the length of the pitch. Rafferty, Peters, Kelly. Nice interception there. Tormey picks it up, cuts inside, finds Humphreys to Onyedinma, who runs around the outside, takes the player on. Lowry's there to tap home. Does it count? It does. The flag stays down. Wycombe have bagged themselves a second goal. You have to say, you do have to say it feels fair. It feels fair. This has to be it. It is. It's finally another win. Oh, we finally won a game, and it looked so much better. I know you don't see it in the highlights, but watching the full game, we looked like such a controlled team. We were stepping up, intercepting, playing nice direct passing. Oh, it was lovely to watch, and a properly well-deserved win. Yes, we didn't get the clean sheet, but sometimes you get football managed. It's that simple. You get FM'd. And that ball from the goalkeeper, it was sublime. Richard Kone scored one earlier in the season. It's gonna happen. There's not a lot we can do. And when I was riding that wave, I decided I didn't like a couple of tiny little bits. I changed both centre mids to support duty and left them level. And then I turned my attention to Bristol Rovers in the league, a game we really should have been winning. And I reflected that by making some tactical amendments, shall we say, to the starting lineup. And Wycombe Wanderers look to increase their points total and solidify themselves as playoff candidates. Bristol kick us off here. Hutchinson. Lowry with a crunching tackle. It's a good start. Ignore the passes and possession stats. 79% now to Wycombe, that's good. 92% passing, I like. We'll just stay defensive, weather this storm. We are 0-0, I have to remember that. We're not down, we're not out. They haven't scored, they just look more likely. Penalty to Wycombe, what happened there? It says Lowry took a dive. I mean, it was quite clearly a foul. I saw everything. Brilliant penalty, smashed home. Alex Lowry scores his 4th for the season. What a campaign this young man is having. Emphatic penalty. That is how you strike. You do not strike a penalty cleaner than that. He was completely clean. Lowry with the corner. It's flicked in from Richard Kone. That is how you score a header from a corner. That is unbelievable play. Look at this. Proper, great corner, glancing header, down to the bottom bins. Oh, you don't head a ball in from a corner better than that. That is, what a half of football. Wilson, he's found the space there. This has to be the best opportunity Bristol Rovers have had, and it has ended up in the net. Off of Dexcura. Oh dear, the two substitutes have had a mare here. Bakinson just, I don't even know what he does. I don't know what he does, but it's not defending. Squats to take a dump. That better not come back to bite us with a last minute thing from them. Jack Young. Fred Onyedinma out wide. Jack Young. Lowry. Lowry. Still Lowry. Still Lowry. Whew, nearly went all the way. Last roll of the dice. And it's gone out. That has to be full time now. No time to even take the goal kick. The whistle goes. That is an excellent result. And it was an excellent result. They played well, they got the points, and they were more important points than I realised, because that win left us in 5th place in the league, squarely in the playoff places, and only 2 points behind league leaders Charlton. That said, all of the 4 teams above us do have a game in hand, so that is subject to change. But I don't think that there has been a better turnaround this season. Just 2 games ago, this Wycombe side didn't look like they could kick a ball, and a very, very slight tactical tweak has caused them to win 2 games on the bounce. And one thing I think I've realised is that this team doesn't have the creativity to play in a fluid or flexible formation. They need rigidity, they need structure, they need to be told exactly where to stand and how far forward they're allowed to go. And I think that's something that I can do to help guide this team to more successful results in the future. And that is where we're going to leave off this video, so join me for those games coming soon. Thank you all so much for watching, everyone. I really do appreciate your time, and I look forward to seeing all of you, and hopefully some more, in the next one.